Look at Peter's face.
Right still. 75 pictures.
Before the camera.
Peter's face is priceless.
Egotastic FunTime. Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Talking The Orville on Egotastic FunTime. Today we're gonna have a great time sticking it in the critics' dumb faces because The Orville has won for Best Science Fiction TV Series at the 44th Annual Saturn Awards. We're also gonna chat about The Orville making an upcoming appearance this month at the San Diego Comic-Con, where attendees can win tickets for an exclusive signing by the cast on this limited time poster. Look at my brand new official Orville poster that you can get signed by the cast of the Orville at Comic-Con 2018. That's some sexy signatures right there, you guys. The Saturn Awards is the annual prize ceremony from the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films. Horror films, not porn, not with horrors, but horror films, founded in 1972. It's voted upon by members of the presenting academy, including members like Bryan Singer, Steven Spielberg, Brian Fuller, Mark A. Altman, Vince Gilligan, and the rest. If you're not aware of the Saturn Awards, you're totally missing out. Chandler Riggs was on the red carpet this year, so yeah. It's a pretty big deal. In the movie genre, Black Panther reigned supreme, taking home 5 awards, but in the television category, The Orville was praised as the best sci-fi series on the BoobTube. The 12-episode premiere season beat out other nominees, The 100, Colony, The Expanse, Salvation, X-Files, and even Doctor Who! Hey JP, you forgot to mention Space Show Discovery as being on the list of nominees. That's a pretty big sci-fi show too, that's pretty good. Well yes, it is a big sci-fi show, but the category is for Best Sci-Fi Television Series. A web series just doesn't qualify for the big leagues, I'm afraid. But for fans of the show, Discovery did win Best New Media, aka Phone App Series, at the ceremony. So congratulations are in order for Discovery because it's important to give credit where credit is due. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, Discovery, good job on your internet show, you guys. Minimum champion! The Orville's win as Best Sci-Fi Series really means a lot because if you go now and look at the Orville's ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, you'll see not much has changed since the critics started hating on it last year. Overall, the critics gave The Orville a 21% on the tomato meter, which is completely insane. But the audience rates the show at 93%. People love The Orville, and like I've always said, I've never seen a fandom for a series become so large so quickly, and I've been on this planet for many, many, many decades. It's important to remember, though, that the critics, with their observations and analysis, their ability to turn a phrase and describe to readers with the written word what it is one might want to spend their time watching, what you might like or hate, what isn't worth the trip, the hours and days poring over notes and pages of opinionated examination, as well as a healthy dose of punctuation and grammar that they spent years perfecting their proficiency at in order to provide a well thought out and curated piece of script for we mere viewers of entertainment to consider and ponder over before we make a decision on what we might enjoy is all for nothing. Because critics are dicks. Now, watching something as a viewer and not liking it is fine. Like I always say, everyone should be able to like what they like and not like what they don't like. But when there's such a huge discrepancy between the critics and the audience, the chances that your critical opinion is something that you've come up with on your own becomes less and less likely. Side note, hating on something only because other people enjoy it doesn't make you an interesting person. Sure, I poke fun at Space Show Discovery because I have a problem with CBS trying to capitalize on franchise fandom without respecting the source material and ruining Klingons. But that doesn't mean I think the show is horrible. It doesn't mean I think people who like the show are stupid. It just means that it's not my cup of tea Earl Grey hot right now. But luckily, I have a giant beer stein filled with the Orville to satiate my thirst for a Gene Roddenberry-style view of humanity's future. I'm a Seth Trekker now, you guys, okay? So beam me up. Oh wait, they don't have transporters on the Orville. So send a shuttle pod and pick me up for some 25th century adventures. I also want to talk about the Orville coming to the San Diego Comic-Con later this month. That's right, the cast and crew of the show will have a panel discussion on Saturday, July 21st between 4 and 5 p.m. Seth MacFarlane, Adrian Palicki, Penny Johnson-Gerald, Scott Grimes, and Jay Lee will be joined by producers David A. Goodman, Brandon Braga, and John Kasser, who are all there to to discuss and give a sneak peek of Season 2 of The Orville. So stay tuned right here, you guys, because we're only a couple weeks away from big Season 2 news, and I'm going to be relaying all the info to you as soon as I possibly can. Now, one thing I can tell you right now about the upcoming season of The Orville is that each episode will be longer. What? As announced at the network upfronts back in May, Fox is trying something new for the 2019 television season by having fewer commercials during select shows. The Orville is expected to be one of those shows. Since I was a kid, TV show running times have gone from 50 minutes in the 80s to 46 minutes in the 90s, and now they're down to 43 minutes. But Fox plans to experiment with the way commercial breaks work in order to keep viewers interested and coming back. Now, if you're going to the San Diego Comic-Con and want a chance to win entry to the exclusive cast signing taking place, you can sign up by clicking on the link in the description below. This will take you to the necessary portal to sign in and stake your claim. Now, you need to make sure you sign up by July 12th because the winners are going to be chosen at random on July 13th. But if for some reason you bought tickets and you can't attend Comic-Con this year, just know that I will volunteer to take your tickets as tribute. May the odds boldly go ever in your favor. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today, and I talked about it. How about you? Are you all set up to head to the San Diego Comic-Con this year? If so, how are you going to represent the Orville team while there? Can you think of a single reason for a critic to not cry themselves to sleep every night for wasting their talent for typing words onto a keyboard on something that truly doesn't matter to anyone ever? Or do you think they should just pack it all in and go live in a cave somewhere and stop bothering the rest of us that still have a shred of hope left in this world that everything doesn't suck? You can let me know what you think by joining the conversation below. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my stupid show. It really does mean the world to me. I'll see you very soon, and as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. Love you, bye-bye.
Egotastic fun time, we're gonna have a great time. Egotastic fun time, give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give me all your 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 money.